Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hyrule Warriors, the definitive edition. Today, on this episode of the session, we actually are back to just one of our friends today.
Unfortunately for those who actually liked Ryu during his quick tenure, well, he had to fly the coop.
Yeah, he had other
Uh,
things that he had to attend to, one of those being sleep.
mm-hmm.
So he's unlike me and to probably a lesser degree Card, because I mean I'll be awake till 5 freaking p.m. maybe even 6 or p.m. a.m. Maybe even 6 a.m. most days. Ooh, Hylian Captain Gauntlets. I need to grab this. See his cool. But I'll be awake till God knows what time. But for me, it's not a big deal. Gosh dang it, I need shield moblin helmets and stuff again.
Always with the not having the right amount of materials. But anyway, it's me, Card again. Just in case you people forgot. But again, how could you forget this lovely voice the past 25 episodes? Because this is episode 26, I think.
Yes, this is episode 26.
And the last time we talked about was final bosses, and for once that we did, and yeah, Serene, there was one that Serene couldn't remember that she didn't like, and she had to look up. And now, well, before we get into the level proper, and before I completely change topics, how about you go over that with us?
Sure. I'm gonna go over I am going to go over both factors here. Because I mentioned I was going to also expand just a bit on Nightmare, aka Deathel. So while we're waiting for this to load, when it comes to final bosses, I realized the reason that I could not remember the final boss was because it was from one of my least favorite games as well. A Link Between Worlds, where you fight Yuga Ganon, or Ganon, or whatever the frick you want to call him. Basically Yuga fusing with Ganon and stuff, and like going into the wall and like shooting him with arrows from behind, and I didn't care much for the whole like going into the wall mechanic and stuff like that in A Link Between Worlds to begin with. The final boss, like, basically forcing you to utilize that to do any damage to him, did not care for. So I was not a big fan of you, Ganon. But again, one of my favorite bosses was Deathel from Link's Awakening, and a lot of that does have to do with the fact that like he changes form and stuff, and like each form is like a vastly different mechanic, but then like all of his forms are also like previous things that he fought. I really liked the way that they handled the Nightmare in Link's Awakening. I thought it was really good. Again, this might be a lot of bias because of the fact that I really liked Link's Awakening. But I just thought Link's Awakening was a good game. I thought the final boss definitely fit with the theme of the rest of the game, So it was all around. Link's Awakening to me was just a good experience. I apparently am lacking that combo. I thought I had all of his combos, but apparently I am missing the last. Yep, I'm missing the last combo. Okay. Either that or I'm hitting the thing wrong. Nope, I was just hitting the button too many times. I have a laser now.
Yeah, I saw that. You got a giant freaking laser beam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do the obvious joke, but come on, that referencing that is even below my standards of humor.
Yeah.
So yeah, for this episode, because we've gone over bosses, we've gone over minions, we've gone over a lot of stuff that we like and dislike. So how about this time we go over something that that I don't think a lot of people will bring argues with.
Okay.
The old Legend of Zelda, the cartoon.
Legend of Zelda cartoon.
You knew it was going to be coming up at some point.
Yeah. So the Legends. I'm going to be honest. I have a secret love for that series. You enjoy it too, even despite how low quality and kind of bad it is. Yeah, I have a secret love for that series because the series is terrible. It's really it's so low quality. It really is just not. It really is not good. Link is horrible and obnoxious and so on. But even despite all of its major flaws, there is a certain charm to that series. And I remember because a long time ago I used to do novelizations of video games and things like that. Not legitimate novelizations, just like fanfic where I take game, turn it into a novel and stuff like that. Nothing that I ever published, of course, because they're not my characters. I just posted them online. But I remember when I first started doing the whole novelization thing, I started off. Why am I just not attacking? I was hitting the attack button and I was literally just not attacking. That was so weird. I started off doing the novelizations with Ocarina of Time. And as I was doing Ocarina of Time, I was thinking about, what's Link's personality and things like that. And let's put it this way. When you're a 14-year-old kid, and the only basis that you have for Link's personality literally is the Legend of Zelda cartoon TV series, you take a lot of inspiration from that. And I remember I was writing the Rudo and Link scene, Link goes in and has to save Rudo from Lord Jabu Jabu and all that. And in that scene, Rudo's like, you can carry me, and you left me behind, and yada yada yada. And it's just like, I'm sorry, but I just had to pull the line. Well, excuse me, princess, into that because it just is so good for that line,
Yeah, I think that is probably the most appropriate way to use that. It's like, I'm sorry, am I not up to your standards? Well, excuse me for being what you call subpar. Go to your rescue yourself.
Right. I think the Allied base is in trouble, but I'm not entirely certain because it's saying Allied stronghold instead of base.
I think because we're playing as the forces of evil, we've got a stronghold instead of a base.
Possible. I don't know. I'm trying to find the gold skull but if the Allied base is in trouble, I need to focus on that, and so I need to go down there.
Yep.
But no, let's be honest. The whole evil jar and all that was so corny, but there was there really was a certain charm to the series. Even to this day, like, I still use the idea of the Zap Bolts. Um,
Mm-hmm.
But again, referring back to when I was doing the Legend of Zelda novelization thing, um, I was like, oh well, in Ocarina of Time you get these medallions, but they don't do anything for you in the games. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, well, why don't I actually give them a thing that they can do? And so, of course, this was before Skyward Sword, so I didn't think, Skyward Strike, light attack and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but so, I was like, oh, I can give him the Zap Bolts. And so Raru's medallion gives him the Zap Bolts. Um, and, I gave Link all kinds of different abilities based off of, well, this is a fire ability, and this is a forest ability, and,
Mm-hmm.
he used Congregation of Shadow is what I called it. I actually ended up, because I kind of didn't, I spent like 2 or 3 years writing it. So I ended up, like, taking the Shadow Medallion and I gave it 2 abilities on accident. And one was just, like, the Congregation of Shadow, where it just, like, summons a bunch of, like, shadowy tentacles. But then, like, during the Ganon fight, he uses the Shadow Blade because he loses the Master Sword.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was... If I were to go back and redo the whole thing, I would definitely change up, like, everything about the way I did the novel. But, no, again, I took...
Yeah, you actually took it. You took inspiration from something that was just kind of meh, and got some good out of it.
Yeah, I took a lot. I really did. I took a lot of inspiration from the Legend of Zelda TV series. When I was writing what I referred to as the Hyrulean fantasy, because I was using the Japanese name of Zelda 1 for the novel. I will admit that my Ganon for the Zelda 1 novel was very much Ganon from the TV series.
Because let's face it, Ganon back in the first few games didn't exactly have that much personality.
Right. And the thing about that, though, is, like, when I was writing that Hyrule Fantasy, and I only got, like, 4 chapters in before I stopped that one. But when I was writing the Hyrule Fantasy, I would write the scene and I would go, does this sound like Ganon? And I would, like, do the line in, Ganon's voice from the TV series and everything, and it was, I don't know, like I said, I have I guess it's not really that secret, but, I'm sorry, yeah, it was bad, it was corny, but you gotta remember that it was also made back in the early 80s to late 90s, or late 80s to early 90s. That was what TV was back then, Like, that's what all TV shows back then were. So I grew up on that kind of stuff because, well, I guess I didn't really grow up on that kind of stuff because I was like 2 when that came out, but
point still stands.
Right. The point of the matter is, I was a 90s kid, so I grew up on those kinds of shows.
Admittedly, it's kind of the reason why I could look back and say that I enjoyed the earlier Power Rangers series. Yes, they're corny. Yes, they're stupid. And yes, looking back now compared to some of the stuff we have now, it can just be kind of bad. But I still enjoy it because this was part of my childhood, and gosh dang it, there was just something about it that I always really enjoyed.
Yeah. And that really is the trick too. Like, there's so many things that I can look at and go, if this were to come out today, I would not even think about watching it. I would not even enjoy it, But it really is that, like, yeah, this was, this was my childhood,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, like, sure, people can claim, nostalgia goggles, but at the same time, it's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll admit that, but hey, I know it's bad, and I'll admit that it's bad. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean I'm not going to stop enjoying it.
Right. If people can enjoy Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time because of nostalgia glasses, I think that I can enjoy the Legend of Zelda TV series or the old Power Rangers or, things like that because of nostalgia glasses. And, if people want to say, nostalgia glasses, yeah, fine. But can you honestly tell me that you yourself don't have something that you enjoy because it sparks that, like, oh man, I remember watching this as a kid, and or even games. Like, I can't tell you, Quest for Glory, for example. I don't think that I would care for the Quest for Glory series if it were to come out today. Especially not Quest for Glory 3 and 5, which were, in my opinion, the worst Quest for Glory games.
Hey, Pokemon fans. Remember Gen 1? Remember how people defend that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Calling you guys out.
Right. Gen 1ers especially, I'm sorry. Yeah, there is, nostalgia is a powerful thing, and it really does, heighten your enjoyment of things that you remember, and is honestly one of the reasons that I probably don't think Ocarina of Time is that great, because I have no nostalgia for it, it's it reminds me of that line from Brental Floss's Ocarina of Time song, where Brent there says, yeah, but the nostalgia or whatever however it is that he words that, Yeah, he says, you just didn't grow up in the right time, It's something along those lines. It's like, yeah, no, but that, unfortunately, that really is the thing. If you didn't grow up with that, you are going to have a vastly different perception of it,
Yep. Like timing and timing is everything, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, it absolutely is. This is one thing I've learned. It's like, how many Minecraft channels Minecraft YouTubers are out there? If they hadn't gotten into, recording their videos back when, you could just put anything as a title and get 1,000 views, if they hadn't done it then, they would not be who they are today, Like, a lot of the big name channels are the older channels on YouTube because of the fact that they got into YouTube when it was young, and so they were able to take advantage of the, I don't want to say lack of, like, a good, like, system, a good algorithm, because even today YouTube's algorithm sucks. But again, back when YouTube was all just how many views do you have? Okay. Apparently there was a assault troop that hit the Allied base, so that sucks. Oh well, I'm about to kill Midna, and
it doesn't really matter.
Oh crap! Actually, it does kind of matter, apparently. Or does it really matter? I'm not seeing any enemies down there right now. No, there's actually not. Okay, so it doesn't really matter because there's actually no enemies down there to, like, deal any further damage. So hopefully, the base will repair. As I'm fighting these guys. So,
Hey, but yeah, oh boy.
Midna! I hate fighting
Oh,
Midna. Yeah, so she's morale boosted and she's empowered.
oh, yeah, well, you do it. Well, you do it. Well, you do always have, oh, that for one thing.
Yeah, I kind of have no real choice here on this. I really
Yep.
didn't want to use it. I wanted to save it for the final boss, but oh well. Get wrecked. Weak point smashed. Alright, time to play my trump card. If you get a chance. Then the spores have come out of hiding from within the palace. Now all those extra keeps of like enemies in them. Minda, please. I got that. Oh, convenient
Hey, that was
level
a
up.
convenient level up. Like I said, those level ups come when you least expect them, and when you need that healing the most.
Right. Got her. Gosh dang. Alright. Now for the real final boss. I defeated both Midna and we defeated Zant. And now Zant will appear again and I have to fight him. Midna has withdrawn from the battlefield. Good. God dang though. At least all of these guys have morale loss. So that's helpful. But now getting back onto the the original topic of the Zelda TV series,
Yeah.
Admittedly there were a lot of stupid things. I mean, could King Harkinian have been any dumber, for example?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think. I'm not exactly sure if he could or not.
I mean, he was so dumb.
But I will give the Legend of Zelda cartoon this. It had the first proactive Zelda.
Yeah, it did have the first proactive Zelda, and that was one of the cool parts. Was I don't want to say so much that she was sexy. I mean, she was hot.
Yeah, let's say
she wasn't sexy. She was hot because she didn't wear anything revealing, but she was hot. Let's be honest. Where is Sia? Okay, she's over here.
Yeah, it's like I was like, okay, we all can agree that that Zelda looked pretty good,
right? Agrok's back. That's good.
Oh hey there, you big fire breathing bugger. Nice to see you again.
Right. I just realized that I've had the video behind Discord this whole time.
Yeah, I know. I was like, huh.
Oh well. Well, I mean, it's just been the one side, so you haven't missed too much from that. So.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all right. Happens.
Yeah. Oh, it's trouble. Well, aid is required. I'll get down there in just a minute. I know that. Well, heck, I can't technically get down there at the moment.
No, what was that?
So, my dog is terrified of our cats, and one of the cats walked by and freaked her out. So that's what that was. The dog suddenly realizing that one of the cats was there and freaking out. So yeah, I don't know why she is so terrified of our cats, but she is. Like usually she just whines, but like she was just lying there half asleep, and one of the cats just walked by, and she glanced up and saw the cat and freaked out. And so the cat like whacked her in the face, and that's when she did that like yelp that you heard. So. Oh yeah, I have to kill Agatha to get the key. That's right. Luckily, Wizro is really good at wrecking Agatha because laser power.
Yeah. Behold my dark magic, which I will use to slay this little bug collecting wench.
Right.
Okay, wow, I did that all a little bit too well.
No, it's like, again, going back to, you know, the Legend of Zelda TV series and everything, like, it's, yeah, it's bad, it's corny,
but we love it all the same.
Yeah, you know, like, you really can't beat the episode where, Ganon hides his face behind a veil and nobody knows it's him, and he goes to this like amateur wizard competition, and Zelda's like, are you an amateur magician? And he like summons a bird out of nowhere, and he's like, I've dabbled a little bit, and like
I was like, motherfucker, that is not amateur hour. That is high level conjuration. What the?
Right. It's like, okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but not even suspicious.
I'm sorry, but not even the twerps would let Team Rocket get away with this stuff. And well, let's face it, Team Rocket got away with a lot of bullshit.
Right. I was like, really? But like. Again, that was half of the like fun of the series, though. Is yeah, it was bad, you know, but it was the kind of storytelling that you would expect from that day, you know. The Legend of Zelda series was no worse than the 3 Super Mario series that they did back then, and those were terrible, you know.
Oh boy! I'll get since we're on that tangent, I'll say this about them. Yeah, like the story's stupid. Like the animation, not all that good. But at least, you know, and this is for both of them, for both series. The voice acting was actually was very good.
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely agree. To this, you know, even though I know that it's Charles Martinet that does the voice of Mario, to this day, my Mario is still the Mario from, you know, Mario and Luigi from Super Mario Bros. The original Super Mario Brothers TV show, you know. I know they had a change of voice actors between Super Mario 3 and Super Mario World, which I didn't care much for. But it, to this day, like, Mario and Luigi from Super Mario, you know, Super Mario Brothers Super Show, the not live action segments, which were just, that I will admit was just stupid.
It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, those weren't fun and cheeky like the rest of the series. Those were just stupid.
Although, you know, seeing a professional wrestler, you know, try and pull this off, yeah, that was at least a little bit amusing.
Yeah, but no, I just enjoyed, you know, the old Legend of Zelda TV show. You know, it had its quirks. It was strange. You know, it could definitely have been better, you know, but even though I know that there's only 13 episodes, and I know that people hated it, and that was one reason that, like, they didn't they aren't making Zelda or Mario shows today and such. I still think like if Nintendo were to try again, I think they could do something very fantastic.
Yeah,
You
it's like
know?
hell. Personally, I do. At one point, I do kind of. You know, with now that I'm with Breath of the Wild, I was half convinced. Like, okay, you've given all but live characters except for Link of Voice. What are we going to be getting that Legend of Zelda anime?
Right. Oh yeah. I have heard that there's a Super Mario movie coming out.
Let's try to end this on a positive note because that's done by the same people who are behind the Minions.
Yeah, Despicable Me.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I like the Despicable Me movies. It's those Minions that I'm just like. Ugh.
Yeah. No, I agree. I liked the Despicable Me movies. They would have been better without the Minions. And I could not stand the movie Minions at all. So,
but yeah, like hoping Nintendo will eventually go back and try the animation for the stuff again because Zelda has potential. Hell, Mario has a bunch of potential. I mean,
oh yeah, I agree. So, this show just creeps me out, especially his ending.
Yeah.
So, I think we had a pretty decent conversation throughout all that, though. So that said, I do hope that you've enjoyed. If you have, please feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to check the video description down below for a link to the playlist. You can get caught up on any episodes you may have missed. Also, check the video description for links to both my Patreon and the novel that I published. Checking out either one or even both really does help out the channel a lot. And with that, we will see everybody next time.
Ciao.
See you later.